It's the most wonderful time of the year. Ballpark Beef is back. That was a fantastic solo, by the way. Hit every note. We're back, baby. We got some baseball going on. We got the playoff push. We got fantasy football drafts coming up. We got the football season starting. Boys, it's a time to love sports. Roll that music and let's talk about it, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Ballpark Beef. We missed you guys last week. The boys are back. Jimmy's back in town. He was across the pond in the mountains.
Big pond.
Skiing.
Skiing. And we're back. Like Jimmy mentioned in the intro, this is the best time of the year. You have playoff baseball and you have NFL. Like two of the best things in the world, in the sports world, maybe in our worlds too, because it's kind of what our lives revolve around besides our outside things like wives and stuff like that. But this is like the best time of the world. You get to see teams in their playoff push, which we're going to talk a little bit about. The Mets and Yankees are in a playoff push. The Cardinals are falling off the rocker at this point. And then we get to see football. We have fantasy football. We have regular football. It's great time. And I think everyone always looks forward to this time of the year. But without further ado, Nick, I'm going to have you tell us in as quick as possible about your Cardinals. And then me and Jimmy will take over from there.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the Cardinals are climbing down the mountain. Last 2 weeks, they got swept by the Reds, lost to the Dodgers, took 2 out of 3 from the Brewers, thinking we were going to have hope, but that number keeps going down every time they play. They are currently 5-5 in their last 10. They're 1 game under 500, 6 games out of the wild card, 30 games left. I don't see the Cardinals, doing anything special. It's just been the same thing all year, up and down, up and down. Only way they're going to make a playoff push is if they stay up, and I don't see them going on a nice little win streak. I mean, in the last 2 weeks, I don't think the Cardinals have been playing bad. They just keep, losing these 1-run games, 2-run games. But in a season where, your team leadoff home run hitter only has 21 home runs and 72 RBIs, it's not really a good offensive season because you can't win games unless you score runs. But they got some changes. They lost Wilson Contreras, hit by pitch, out for 3 weeks. If it was up to me, I'd probably just shut him down for the year. Think it's time for, as a Cardinal fan, to just wait till next season.
All right. And that was your 30 seconds brought to you by Nicholas Campanelli. Thank you very much.
I think that was 45.
Okay. Now, I will talk a little bit because I think Jimmy's take on the Mets is going to be a little more interesting. I think he has a little more to talk about. I think the Mets, these next few series are super crucial for the Mets. I feel like these are more playoff games for the Mets than anything, especially with pertaining to wild card spot and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk quick about the Yankees, and I'll let Jimmy take over. The Yankees have the best record in baseball. Ever since Stanton got back, they've been playing very well. Soto, Stanton, Judge went back to back to back the other day. Judge would be winning Triple Crown if Bobby Witt didn't get a hit every 2 at bats. But yeah, Aaron Judge might be the best player I've ever seen in my generation. Not just hitting, but also in the field. He's 6'7", playing a very good center field, and he's one of probably the best hitters without any steroids in our generation. The Yankees winning has been done by offense and pitching. Pitching has been well held up. Cole looks like he's back to form. Glaber's leading off now, and he's been hitting over 300 in leadoff spot, which is great. And September 1st is coming up, so rosters will expand, and we'll get to see the Martian. I think he takes over the spot for Verdugo. Martian is raking in AAA. I think he's hitting like 400 over his past 7 games with a few home runs. And yeah, so the Yankees look good. We are losing to the Nationals right now, but all we have to do is keep stacking wins, maybe 2 wins here, 2 wins here, few wins here. We just have to stay above the Orioles, get the first seed, get a bye, and yeah, just see what happens in the playoffs because that's a crapshoot. Anything could happen in the playoffs, as we saw last year. So, Jimmy, that was my minute 30. It's your time to shine. You're muted, Pop. You're muted.
This guy's always messing up the flow, man.
Yeah,
Still muted.
we gotta figure this out for this guy, man. What's going on?
He should have just plugged in the wire like he said he was going to do.
No, I think it's something with the mic. But anyways, I'll. Oh, there you are. All right, there you are.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
I gotta check these settings. Hang on.
No, I'll keep talking while you check. Just let me know when you're ready. But yeah, Yankees are a few games above the Orioles right now. It's been working in our favor that the Orioles have been losing, but just got to keep ground on them because they have the
We're back.
tiebreaker. All right,
We're back, fellas.
yeah. So they have the tiebreaker. The Orioles do. So as long as the Yankees keep ground, we're good. But if it comes down to last few games, it's gonna be a little scary. But on to the Mets. Jimmy's back. Let's get it.
I wanted to talk about Aaron Judge. I was saying I don't want to move forward yet because what this guy is doing is kind of insane to me. We thought that once he hit his 62 homer season that he maybe peaked, right? I mean, did you think that there was going to be a repeat of that performance?
Oh,
If not,
absolutely not.
if not a better performance this year based holistically on his numbers? Like
Dude.
he's much better than he was that season.
Dude, he's hitting 333 with 51 home runs. Like
The fact that we're having a conversation about Bobby Witt Jr. being in this conversation for MVP is insane. Because shout out to his season, because it's got to
Yeah.
be one of the best ever as well.
yeah,
Like just plain and simple. But what Aaron Judge is doing at the plate is absolutely outstanding, and it's kind of something that as a Mets fan, I'm taking a little for granted because I'm not a big fan of Aaron Judge. I'm not a big fan of the Yankees, but as a baseball fan, purely, you have to sit back and just appreciate the greatness that's going on right now. He just had his 1,000th hit tonight or last night, and he has 50 WAR already. If he paced this again for another 1,000 hits, he'd have 100 WAR and only 2,000 hits. That's incredible. The value of those hits are just so elevated. The guy's on another planet.
yeah, and I was listening to some sports radio. Sorry, I don't mean to not stop your Mets talk, but I was listening to some guys on the radio. They were talking about the main dinner seats at a Yankee table, like of all the greats, and the Yankees have some great players. But you have to remember, I know I talk about the 27. There was 8 teams in that league. There was just one race in that league. Like there wasn't multiple races. There wasn't multiple teams. There wasn't multiple playoff games. All these guys like a DiMaggio, a Ruth, it was a different playing field. I think baseball is obviously a lot harder now. I wouldn't say Judge is at that table yet with them. I think he's very close. And I think if he gets a ring, I think he's at that table. I think honestly, I think he's a better Yankee than A-Rod. And honestly, we're not talking about championships. We're not talking about playoffs. I think in career numbers wise, he will be a better Yankee than Derek Jeter.
Numbers wise, 100%.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was just thinking, like, this may be a crazy take. What if his career ended today? Is he in the Hall? His short-term peak is just absolutely comparable to anybody in the Hall.
Yeah.
He's already accumulated 50 wins. He's got in a little under 3,500 ABs. He's got a case. He's got a case to be in the Hall.
I just feel like it sucks.
I think
he
if his
started so
season ended
late.
now, he would not be in the Hall of Fame.
It sucks he really started so late, man. Like I think if you started at like 22, 23, I think at this point we could say, like, if it turned out like it is now, I think you could definitely say he's a Hall of Famer, but he just started so late. And I think it's still too early.
He was 24 in his first season.
Was he? No, I think he was 25 in his first full year.
His first full year was
full
25.
year, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but his first full year, he also led the league in runs, in homers, in strikeouts, and walks. So the guy was a 3 true.
He got robbed.
And he was second in MVP.
He got robbed by Altuve in the cheapskate year. But we're not going to talk about that. He should technically be going for his third MVP.
I have a question for you, Jonathan and Jimmy. So before you said the best player you've seen in your life. What would you do comparing Judge's last 4 years and Mike Trout's 4 years where he won MVP twice and came in second twice? Which one are you taking?
Aaron Judge. Honestly, I think I may be biased, and Mike Trout is obviously a Hall of Famer. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Without the rings, I don't care. But I think what Aaron Judge is doing and what he has done and we got to remember, Aaron Judge started off the season batting 180 for a month. Like, could you imagine if he's been hitting this whole time? He didn't get hurt. Just think about that. Where he would be right now. Honestly, the pure hitting ability and the fact that Aaron Judge absolutely controls the strike zone and he's the scariest hitter since Barry Bonds, I'm going Aaron Judge.
I think I'm also going with Aaron Judge. I'm looking at some of the numbers. Mike Trout has a WAR better by 6, more hits, but then Aaron Judge has more home runs, more RBIs, better slugging, better OPS, better on base percentage. I think Jonathan's right taking Aaron Judge over Mike Trout in those 4 years.
I'm taking Trout just to be different, but Judge is up there. Judge is up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. He still has, 5 years left of doing this, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a shoo-in if he does.
Yeah. Yeah. First ballot, of course. And especially if he gets a ring and wins another MVP this year, which he should. I mean, Bobby Witt's putting up crazy ass numbers. He's in 350. But if Judge is saying 333, this is the thing. 333, 51 homers, 120 to 30 RBIs, over 1,000 OPS. Like, he's got to.
If he doesn't win MVP, because the stats that he's leading right now are home runs, RBIs, on base percentage, slugging, OPS, OPS plus, and total bases, and intentional walks. I mean, this is just a player that you don't want to see at the plate, whether it's no on 2 outs or bases loaded no outs.
Yeah.
So I mean, not disregarding Bobby Witt's season, but he's not. Me personally, I don't think he should win MVP over Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets put on a clinic when they played the Subway Series on how to pitch to the Yankees. Avoid Aaron Judge and avoid Juan Soto. We could put Soto in this conversation because I'm sure he's going to come up in the Mets segment. But yeah, pitch around Judge. That's the secret. Bobby Witt Jr. doesn't instill that kind of fear.
No.
Kind of, intentional walk.
You're 100% true. But like Jonathan said, right now the Yankees are playing good with Soto, Judge, and Stanton hitting. They're the 3, 4, 5. You kind of can't pitch around either of them. You can't give Aaron Judge pitch around Soto, give Aaron Judge a man on, and then give Stanton 2 men on. So right now, since the Yankees are everything's flowing, it's kind of hard to pitch around all 3 of them.
It's a good core of the lineup, that's for sure.
Yeah, looking good in the Bronx, guys. But let's hear about the Queens. What's Jimmy? You got to tell me. Is it? Are you nervous right now? How big are these series? And like, just what's going through your mind right now?
Yeah, the short of it is it's go time. There's 30 some odd games left and we're 3 games back of a playoff spot. That doesn't sound too great, so you need to make up some ground somewhere. So that means every series upcoming is crucial and critical for the playoff push. Recapping the last 2 weeks, we were home and hosted Oakland. We lost that series 2-1. We went and hosted Miami and then won that series 2-1. We won 2-1 against the Orioles and split against the Padres in heartbreaking fashion. We really needed to come out of that San Diego series with 3 games instead of 2 out of 4, but we lost a heartbreaker. I think that was Sunday night. So 2-3 walk-off tater off of Edwin Diaz. So that's painful. Edwin Diaz isn't pitching much. I don't know why. He must still be hurt. He must be dealing with some shit because he's not pitching down the stretch for a team trying to make a playoff push. To me, something's up. There's some red flags there. We are going to Arizona for a really big 3-game series, try to make up some ground there. And then we play the White Sox, the Red Sox, and the Reds next couple series. Some ground needs to be made. This team is in a position to fight, but still, I don't want to do this. But every year, the Mets make a push and then just fall a little bit short or get sent home in the wild card round. It's this game that I play every single year, and it's probably going to happen again. But you got to believe, you got to hope a little bit. It's your team, you got to root for them. So I'm tired of the same song and dance. I hope we make the playoffs and sweep everybody, because why the hell not?
I will say, I think Mark Fuentes is the real deal. I think you have your future third baseman.
Dude, he leads all NL third basemen in home runs in like half the number of plate appearances.
Yeah. I think he's the real deal.
Third baseman.
What do you do with Beatty at this point? Like, this
is the conversation. Here's a topic. Pete Alonso is there's some serious question marks with Pete Alonso.
Yeah,
there's some regression that's very clearly being shown. There's the desire for $150 to $200 million contract that's not going to come. And I see this playing out one of two ways. Pete Alonso signs with the Mets for far less money than he was expecting to get, or he shops the market, goes deep into the winter looking for a team, and signs a 1-year deal with somebody not the Mets. And in that situation, Vientos goes play first. There's a third base job open for Beatty, Mauricio, or whoever wants to come and get it. Because don't forget, Ryan Mauricio is a hell of a ball player.
Yeah.
He's just hurt. He tore his knee, so when he comes back, he's got a clear shot at third base because Beatty is doing nothing at the major league level. He does everything in the minors. But to Beatty's credit, he's getting his reps, he's getting his at bats in the minors and AAA, where Vientos had his at bats. He put in his licks while Beatty was getting the opportunities. So potentially, Beatty with that experience will come in and take the third base job. But to me, like, that's a whole situation, you guys could feel free to say something about, because Pete Alonso is a big question mark in Queens.
No, I agree. I think so. It's crazy that we're talking about Pete Alonso leaving the Mets, and I think with the new management, I don't think they sign him for 150 to 200 mil. I don't think it's a smart deal. Like you said, regression. Lindor has the same amount of homers as him. Yeah, Lindor's playing like fucking his ass on fire right now. But if you look at it here, honestly, Vientos, I would say, is having a better year than Pete Alonso. And Vientos is on a rookie deal. Like, yeah, he's a first baseman, but Pete Alonso is supposed to be known for this power hitter, kind of like a Judge. He's supposed to be feared in a lineup. I don't think he's quite feared. I think Lindor and Vientos are feared more than Alonso at this point. I'm not going to count WAR with Alonso and Vientos because it's a very different position. But I mean, honestly, I agree. I think Vientos goes plays first base, and then you get a nice left-handed bat. I know Beatty was left-handed bat, but he's like a quadruple A player. And I think you slot Mauricio at third, and I think that gives you a better chance, truthfully.
Yeah, well, I got a couple points. You know who the lefty bat might be? Begins with an S and ends in Odo. If it's money, he's coming to Queens, Pop. I'm telling you. If it's money he wants and the biggest check's gonna come from Queens.
No, and I agree. I 100% agree. If it's money, he will come to the Queens. If it's not all about money, he will be in the Bronx. I think it's going to come down between the Mets and the Yankees. I think the Mets are going to offer him more money. I think the Yankees are going to be slightly under, and his decision is going to be: does he want to play in the Bronx and stay there, or does he want more money and play in the Queens? I think that's the whole thing. I think that's what it's going to be, and that's what it's going to end up being. And whatever happens, happens. Another interesting note: Roki Sasaki. If he's posted before this year, he's under 25, so he can only get a bonus of $10 million. That means there's going to be no bidding war like Yamamoto, so he's going to pick wherever he wants to go, which is interesting because the cards are all in his favor. No one can make like a $300 million offer. It's $10 million. So that's going to be interesting.
That's just a signing bonus, though. Like, Yamamoto definitely had a bigger signing bonus, but that's his contract. Like, there's going to be like a significantly long deal given to Roki Sasaki.
No, but he can't sign for more because of the age. I'm serious. I saw it today.
No, for his signing bonus, his contract value, though. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
I feel like you can offer him a 12-year deal for 30 per, and but the signing bonus is the $10 million limit, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But
now, what I saw today is I was reading an article. I read it really quick. I should have read more into it for podcast things, but what it basically said was, due to his age, there won't be a bidding war like there was with Yamamoto because of his age. He can't be paid over a certain amount. I don't know. This is just what I saw in the article, and if it's true, it'll be very interesting. Just because there's not going to be a crazy bidding war, it'll just be wherever the fuck he wants to go. Which will be the Dodgers who host all of the Japanese players who are absolutely amazing and filthy. So sick. Yeah,
love to see that.
Yeah, could you imagine like Yamamoto, Ohtani, and Sasaki? Like, dude, come on! Like, it's bullshit at this point.
It's the three best arms in Japan. It's Team Japan in LA.
But that's gonna be another interesting one. If. And then another thing with the Mets, you sign Soto, What else do? You can't resign Alonso, I don't think. I don't think you resign Alonso. What do you do after that? It's going to be very interesting offseason. We'll be around to cover it all.
But we have a lot of money coming off the books. So we have a lot of contracts that for the players, the retirement home for the players who are no longer playing on the team. We can clear those contracts and be able to spend it on actual living, moving bodies that can play. But yeah, anyway, I do have another topic.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have about like 67 million coming off of retained payroll. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
sorry.
I just push that right towards Soto and say, come on over here, fella. That's what I would do. But my topic is this: who's your NL MVP right now?
Okay, so I'm gonna break it down this way.
And don't be biased. Don't be like, please, in all honesty, let's make a case because there is a case to be made for a certain Met player.
Okay, so this is, if you guys don't watch baseball, the obvious choices right now are Ohtani and Francisco Lindor. Okay, this is the whole debate here. Ohtani has the better hitting numbers. Francisco Lindor plays shortstop. Ohtani doesn't play the field. He's a DH and plays half the game. So this it's going to be such an interesting race for the MVP, just because yes, Ohtani has better numbers, way better numbers. He's 40-40 batting around 300. I think it's 290 something. Francisco Lindor, 27 homers, 269, I think around there. But he plays a Gold Glove shortstop. In my opinion, it's tough, man. It's tough because you're picking a guy who, yes, he deserves it because he's also playing in the infield, but then you have a guy who just rakes. And
let me make the case. Let me make the case. I don't mean to interrupt you, but here, let me make this perspective. We're going by OPS plus, which means how much percent better than league average are you? Okay. In hitting, Shohei Ohtani is 77% better than the league average hitter. Okay, so 77%. Francisco Lindor is 34% better than the league average hitter. Okay. Is Francisco Lindor then 43% better than the most league average shortstop? Do you see what I'm saying? So if you add 33% and 44%, you get more than 77%. To me, the answer is yes. Yes, Francisco Lindor is definitely no less than 50% better than the league average shortstop as far as defense goes. So, in my opinion, playing a premium position with those elite numbers, getting the All-Star snub, never winning a Gold Glove in New York, I think it's damn time he took home some hardware, other than the Silver Slugger Award. It's time.
Honestly, I don't think he wins. I think Ohtani wins, honestly. And it's not a bias. I think it's a bias among the voters, honestly. It will be a bias among the voters. I'm not just saying this because I don't want Lindor to win. Yeah, obviously I don't want Lindor to win because he's a Met. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, they're going to make the playoffs and lose in the wild card. Like, whatever. But Ohtani's the better player. I don't care if he plays shortstop. Ohtani's the better player.
If the Mets make that third wild card spot, I would give it to Lindor.
But you can't base it off playoffs.
I mean,
if
Lindor's not on the team, the Mets are nowhere near. I think the Dodgers still make the playoffs without Shohei.
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I really don't think so.
I mean, yeah, Shohei has all the stats, OPS.
Shohei has a better WAR and doesn't play the field.
No, I understand that, but I mean, anyone could DH. We know how good at hitting he is. Just because he has 40-40 every year doesn't mean he automatically wins MVP.
Oh, okay. So let's say Ohtani so his WAR is 6.6. So let's say 6.5 games take away from their record. What does that put them at?
It puts them at 72 and 59.
Okay, and that puts them at third place in their division.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still in the playoffs.
The Mets, 5.8 is Lindor's WAR. They're still not in a wild card spot regardless.
6 games behind. Yeah, the Dodgers would be the third wild card.
Yeah, so they're still in the playoffs.
The Mets would be 10 games out of the wild card.
They're still out of the wild card.
I understand that, but
it's not like he's pushing them to the playoffs right now. They're not in a wild card spot.
No, but he's the main reason why they're 3 games out.
Yeah, very true. But
But
I'm still
okay,
picking
so
Ohtani.
let's say the Mets squeeze in at the wild card spot over
Okay.
the Braves.
Okay.
You take 6 games out, now they're like the the 5th or 6th wild card slot, not even close to the playoffs. If you take Ohtani out of the Dodgers lineup, they're still a playoff team.
Yeah, but you just said
And you act like if you take Ohtani out and put somebody else in that spot, he's not going to have a 0 WAR. They're not going to lose 6 games. The guy might have a 3 WAR, so now they're only down 3 games.
not fucking Shohei Ohtani though. He's got a 40-40 season.
Well, I understand that, but what does other players have to do to have a chance of having MVP if he does 40-40 every year?
And he didn't pitch this year. So, and also the Lindor has a higher WAR than Ohtani. The site's wrong.
Baseball Reference is wrong.
Yeah. Or they're using B WAR. If you look at F WAR on Fangraphs, Lindor has 6.6 and Ohtani has 6.2.
Okay. I'm still picking Ohtani, honestly. He has higher OPS, higher
Yeah, if you just look at those numbers, of course they're all higher. Like that's
OPS
a
plus.
low level case. That's a low level case.
No, I mean, you said it when he first said the conversation. Shohei is a better hitter than Lindor.
Yeah.
So obviously, those numbers are going to be higher. If you're just picking it off those numbers, that's not fair. Because Lindor is much more than just a hitter.
What in life is fair?
Oh my god.
Huh?
Nothing clearly. Nothing clearly.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, I think
Shohei
Shohei
Ohtani's
is
okay.
going to win, but I think if the Mets make the playoffs, I would give it to Lindor.
Who are you more scared of, Shohei Ohtani or Francisco Lindor?
See, but depends how you're asking. If you're asking for one at bat, of course I'm scared to play Shohei. But if you're talking about a full game in the field, I'm scared to play Lindor.
Why are you scared of someone in the field?
Dude, this is the conversation about Bobby Witt Jr. and Aaron Judge. They both have a case at MVP, just like Lindor and just like Ohtani, both have a case at MVP. Are you more scared of Judge? Yes. Are you more scared of Ohtani? Yes. Does Bobby Witt Jr. accumulate more accolades to keep up with Judge? Yes. Does Lindor do the same to keep up with Ohtani? Yes. All these things could be true.
All right. Well, Ohtani finishes first, Lindor finishes second. There's my answer. Like I don't.
I mean, I think that's what's gonna happen, but I don't think it's like unanimous.
Oh, if you think that's what's gonna happen, then fucking say it. Don't try to glaze.
I literally
Lindor.
just said I'm not trying to glaze him, bro. You're glazing fucking Shohei.
Oh, I'm just saying my take.
So every year
you're saying things are unfair for Lindor. You're saying this. You're saying that.
Because every year Shohei has a 40-40. Everyone says automatically MVP.
Because it's hard to do a 40-40.
It's more than a 40-40 though.
He didn't pitch. Like, take it away from him when he's not pitching and having both sides of the ball where he's getting 50 WAR a freaking game. 8 shutout innings and 2 tanks. Like, how can anyone keep up with that? When he's not pitching, give it to somebody who can sniff the award for once instead of glazing Ohtani and giving him the award for just showing up to bat.
So we're just gonna give it to Lindor because we
see. All right, well, I'm not saying all that.
Just because
I'm just saying, like,
still have to earn it. No, you are right though, because he's not pitching, but I mean, you still have to earn it.
And he is earning it. That's my point. My point in saying all this is that he was snubbed of an All-Star vote because he had a shit start to the season. He's turned it on in the playoff race when it matters to try to get this team's heads out of their asses. And to me, he's in the conversation.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Jimmy, because I agree with you that he's in the conversation, right? If Shohei Ohtani becomes the first 50-50, does Lindor have a chance at all?
There's never been a 50-50? What did Acuna do?
There's never been a 50 home run and 50 stolen base.
Oh, he was 40-70, right? Damn.
Yeah, never a 50-50.
If he does 50-50, and he's probably going to have like 45 doubles too. He might get 50-50-50, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know how many doubles he has, but I'm saying if he does that, you know how it's right now, it's like very close between them? How far does that separate them?
Is it like the cheat? Yeah, it's probably Ohtani's then.
All right. I mean, I'm just, that's what I'm saying. Lindor still has to earn it.
But
yeah, you
Lindor, what does Lindor have right now? He's got something.
27,
he's got 27, 25. He's going to have a 30-30-30 season.
Yeah.
With doubles. He might get to 40 doubles.
Okay, so you said he's going to have a 30-30-30 season, and Lindor's going to Shohei's possibly going to have a 50-50-45.
Yeah, from the DH position.
So they still have pretty much the same amount of at bats.
Dude, Judge is a 1.2 OPS. Holy fuck. Sorry.
But like I'm saying, I agree with you that Lindor is in the race for it, but I don't. I personally just don't see everybody voting for Lindor over Shohei.
All right. Let's. So this is an interesting one here. Quick, one more baseball take, and then we'll do some football. Let's say it was a whole league-wide MVP, and it wasn't just AL, NL. Who wins the whole league-wide MVP?
Oh my God, move on.
So
Next
basically,
topic.
you asked this question just because you want us to hear you want to hear us say Aaron Judge.
No, I'm asking for your opinion.
It's not even close.
I'm
Okay.
not answering the
Who
question.
finishes second?
I'm not answering the question.
Bobby Witt or Shohei Ohtani?
It's Bobby Witt, and it's not even close.
Okay. AL is better than the NL. And let's get to football, man. All right. So
What a topic! What a point you just made there. Can we get a little clap? Can we get a little clap for you?
let's go into some. Thank you for the clap. Thank you for the clap. The AL is the superior league. Let's talk some football. We have our draft this week, our redraft draft, and I'm excited. I think a lot of ADPs are kind of changing right now. It's interesting. I've been watching some pros. I don't know if you call them pros, but the ESPN experts, and 2 running backs went in the first 5 picks. And if you look at Sleeper, it has the running backs falling between 6 through 8. If you look at ESPN, which is obviously where they did the draft, you had running backs going in the top 5. I'm a little interested to get your guys' thoughts. Do you think our league can end up like the ESPN where running backs go early, or you feel like the wide receivers are going to be going earlier?
Do you want my opinion, or do you want to know what should happen?
I want both.
Okay. I'll start with what should happen. What should happen is because we have a very thin league format. We only have 2 wide receiver, two running back, 1 flex. We are playing in a full PPR league. So with these thin rosters, I think that wide receivers should be going higher than running backs. Equivalent, like wide receivers and running backs in the same tier. I think wide receivers should be taken first. What do I think will happen? I think somebody will take some of those good running backs in the top 5, top 8 picks. Definitely within the top 8, but
which works out for you because you're gonna get your guy probably.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's one configuration from picking from pick 6 where I'm disappointed. The
Okay.
configuration is if my guy's off the board at wide receiver and my guy's off the board at running back. I mean, any other situation, I'm pretty much okay.
Yeah.
And if the worst situation comes to fruition, I'll end up with Jamar Chase. So,
yeah,
it's not bad.
Who hopefully plays week 1.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Jimmy. I think a lot of people just like to have that double stack wide receiver right away, and I think the running backs are going to fall down to where it's been doing it for the mock drafts around like 6 through 9. But I kind of agree. I forget the dude's name where he took Bijan second, and he's like, if I had to do it again, I'd take him first. I think Bijan's going to be one that's like slept on.
I honestly think running backs are going early in this league. I think you can view Bijan and Breece Hall as very, very close to Christian McCaffrey. I think they're going to have very good years. And if you are able to take one of them, I think that puts your team in a very good situation. If you have one good running back, you're fine. Wide receivers, yes. Obviously, you want the CD, you want the Tyreek, you want the JJ, you want the Jamar, you want the Monra. But I think if you're able to get Breece Hall or Bijan, I think that also sets you up. I think they both have rushing ability and receiving ability, whereas they won't be too far behind with the PPR format. I like both of them, and I'm probably going to end up with either one of them if the draft works out. If not, I'm fucked in taking Garrett Wilson. So that's really it.
So with you guys being in the middle of the pack, right, mainly for Jonathan because he's at the 8, if you had the option between, one of those top 5 receivers and Breece Hall or Bijan, which one are you like taking? You just going with the running back? You going with the wide receiver?
So it depends. It depends. There's 3 receivers I would say yes to. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Tyreek, CD, and Amonra. JJ, I just don't like Justin. I know he does well regardless of the quarterback. I just don't like the quarterback situation. I don't think he's going to regress. I just get worried. I don't like being
I
worried.
agree.
I don't like being
You think
worried
it's not
about
going to
a
be
pick.
consistent?
Yeah, but like even he had Nick Mullins throwing him the ball last year and he still balled out. But I just don't like being worried about something. Jamar Chase, they're saying he might not play week 1. I think it's bullshit, but if it happens, that's fucked because you just spent top 10 value on him. So like in a perfect world, I want either Bijan or Brees Hall, or I know Monroe's not going to fall to me because number 6 is taking him if he's there. Uh, oh,
I don't think
mean,
that's a guarantee.
no, I think it is. I think it's either he's going to take his Amon-Ra or he's going to take one of his running backs. And I think Amon-Ra trumps the running back.
You talking about me? Sorry, I was
Yes.
zoned out for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my strategy is if my guy's on the board, I'm taking him, and if he's not, then I mean, there's three people I'm picking. I'm either picking Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 1. I'm picking Brees Hall, or I'm picking Jamar Chase. Those are the 3 options. I'm not as high on Bijan Robinson, and it's because of Tyler Algier. I think he's going to take some touches. I think there's going to be a little bit of a committee-based backfield in the Falcons room, and that's okay. Like it's just my take, and I'd rather avoid Bijan with first round value in a PPR format when, Amon-Ra's on the board or Chase is on the board. That's just my opinion. If Amon-Ra's off the board, then I'm pivoting to Brees. I think Brees is going to be the easily favorite for RB2. I think he's got RB1 upside. Really good in a PPR format. Aaron Rodgers feeds his running back. He's fed Aaron Jones before. Like there's going to be, and he's quarterback proof as well. Like we've seen that last year. He's RB2 on a shitty Jets team. So Brees Hall is an easy shoe-in. So those are the 3 guys, and that's who my first round is going to be based on. And then from there, it's a crapshoot because people are going to be starting to be scared when 4 or 5 running backs are taken in the first round. Oh shit, I need to get my guy, and then all of a sudden, good wide receiver values falling down, or the other way around. People are fading running back a little bit, getting their wide receivers in early, and then all of a sudden you see like Devon Achane fall to like the 210, or you see like ETN pop down, even Saquon going in the middle of the second round. So you never know what could happen. You never know what could happen.
Honestly, I've been doing a lot of mock drafts, and I've been taking ETN a lot in the second round. A lot in the second.
I hate the mock drafts with the new adjusted ADPs. I feel like the 112 just got worse.
It's not great.
I have been slamming ETN at my pick, 100% over Devontae Adams. Slamming. I like ETN a lot. I think he does have that PPR ability, and I think. I mean, what was the RB? What was the RB? What last year? RB.
While you're looking that up, very, very unfortunate because ETN is a target that I have in my box too. So that means I just have to pivot and reach for somebody else, and it's going to be a good pick if I get him.
No, I'm high on ETN, and if he's there in a second, I'm taking him regardless. That's all I'm saying. If he's there, I'm taking him. First round, whoever falls to me. ETN is my target in the second round. I'm just telling you right now. That's
so you're going double hero if you get one of the RBs to fall to you.
Yeah, I mean, like in a perfect world, say I get Brees Hall and ETN. I think that's a very good running back room, and I'll live.
You're not going to get Brees Hall.
I don't think I am, but in a perfect world, I'm saying like that's a very good running back room, and I'll be very excited about that. Now, say Brees Hall and Bijan are off the board, and all the good wide receivers are off the board. Actually, no, that won't happen. So I'll basically be between probably Bijan and Garrett Wilson at my pick, right? And I'm taking Garrett Wilson because I know I'm going to pivot around, and I think ETN will still be there. If he's not, I'm fucked. But that's my plan.
You're not, because you can go like Kelsey, or you can go like Josh Allen there or something. Get like a top tier onesie at your tight end or quarterback position, and go 0 RB until you get the range where you can start pounding out 4 or 5 running backs.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's my plan. I don't think it's going to fail very badly. I think I'm going to end up with one of these. Obviously, I'm going to end up with one of these top 8 guys. Who it is, who knows? Because it's going to be very interesting. I know Ryan's taking CMC. He already told me. Unless he's just
at 101.
Yeah, unless he's just gaslighting me and taking Tyreek. I really think he's taking Tyreek.
It's one of those two.
He's obviously he says he's taking CMC, so we'll see. You know what? I'm just gonna pick to predict the first 8 picks. Let's do that. That's fun, right?
I
Pick
think
one.
so.
And then let's go to Nick to give us his 2 picks at the end of the first round and beginning of the second round, and then we'll call it there, and we'll let you guys know what happens this weekend.
Yes. All right. Cool. That'll be the end of the episode. Pick number 1. I think Ryan goes CMC. So CMC off the board.
Yes.
Pick number 2. Now I think this is going to be an interesting one because this guy drafted DeAndre Hopkins in the first round last year. So it's essentially a crapshoot. I'm going to say he takes Tyreek Hill. I think he takes Tyreek Hill. Nick DiGeronimo.
Are you gonna let us say our opinion or
No, I'm just predicting.
oh?
Nick, I have no clue, honestly. Dude, Jimmy, have you ever
Nick's
done
going
fantasy
CeeDee
before?
Lamb. He's a Cowboy fan.
Oh, he's going CD then. So top 3. Javi, he's probably going Jamar Chase.
See, but this is interesting because we did a mock draft with Javi and he went AJ Brown.
He did go AJ Brown at number 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
he went AJ Brown at number 4.
Be my guest.
Okay. So all right, let's keep that.
Who's got 5? Who's got
Let's
5?
say that's Bennett. It's one of Brenda's friends. He's cool. So let's say Javi takes AJ Brown. So let's keep it there. Number 5.
I think that's ridiculous, by the way.
He's
is.
not.
Chase.
No, he's not going AJ Brown because we told him that was stupid.
Okay.
But
So
I think he goes Jamar Chase.
okay, so we'll do Chase. Chase at 4. Bennett does JJ.
I think he goes a running back. I
No.
think he takes Bijan there.
I think he takes JJ. It's my prediction, dickhead. Okay.
Wow.
Jimmy's snapping right away, like he's gonna eyes light up. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I might have him ready to go auto draft.
Yeah.
I might just have him in the holster ready to pull the trigger because I'm sorry, that's my guy.
Jacob's gonna go Bijan, and guess who gets Brees Hall?
Wow.
Me, baby.
That's literally ideal. Because I think
Yes.
top 3 is a lock. Top 3 is a lock.
Yes.
It's Ryan's going CMC or Tyreek. Second pick is going one of the 2 that's not picked, and then
Yeah.
Nick is definitely getting CD.
100%. And 9 is probably gonna be AJ Brown. 10. He likes running backs. Remember he had all the running backs last year? He
Was
either goes,
JJ off the board? JJ wasn't off the board yet.
Yeah, JJ was off. I had
Nope.
him at 5.
5. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I had
I
him
thought you
at-
said Bijan. My bad.
Yeah, I had him.
No,
at
I
5.
did.
And then 10, I think he goes. Honestly, I think he goes Saquon. Honestly, he's a
Who's
running back
11?
guy. 11 is Igor. I think he goes Garrett Wilson. And then Nick is in a very interesting situation here.
Slam and Gibbs.
I want to hear your takes.
Nick's taking Gibbs, but
I want to hear
easily.
your takes. What you guys would do? Because I think I know what I'm gonna do, but I want to hear yours first.
I'm slamming Gibbs and I'm slamming Marv.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I think I want to go Jonathan Taylor
No.
No.
because
Don't
Gibbs
go-
getting a hamstring injury early. That shit could just progress.
No.
No,
Yeah.
you don't want JT. I don't think JT's gonna have that great of a year. If I were you, I would go. If you're scared of Gibbs, go Marv and Drake London. Reach for Drake London. Who cares?
Oh, that's terrible. I hate Drake London.
Shit. If he's there for me, and I start off with Amon-Ra and Drake London, you could kiss your donation to the league goodbye.
My back to back to back?
Kiss your donation to the league goodbye. Thank you
Wait,
very
what
much.
did you say?
Deposit to my bank account. If Drake London falls to me in the second, and I have Amon-Ra St. Brown as well, see you boys.
Is he might fall to you because
He
I'm not
might.
I'm not taking him. I'm gonna
He
have
might, and
Brees
if-
Hall in ETN.
If Puka falls to me, and people are scared of Puka, I'm slamming the Puka draft button too.
I'm kind of scared of Puka. I don't know. There's been a lot of weird reports this offseason. I don't know what's
I don't
going
know.
on. He's got like an injury bug. It's scaring me.
He's
Doesn't
fine. He's back at practice.
Devontae's gonna fall.
Yeah, he's gonna
Devon-
fall a lot.
Devontae's gonna fall.
Let's do
I'm
one more
not-
prediction. What round? Well, who you think takes the first tight end?
First tight end's
Oh.
gonna be late second round. I
First
think
tight
Ryan,
end.
Oh,
First tight end's
Ryan-
gonna be Javi at the 2-9.
or Ryan at 212. I think Ryan sees Travis Kelce and his eyes light up.
Timo, you wanted to say something else.
Yeah, I was kept it PG for a second.
Yeah, definitely second round. I think a quarterback and a tight end, if not 2 tight ends, will be taken in the second round.
Yep. Josh Allen's going to go second round. I could already see it. I could see Nick DiGeronimo taking Josh Allen.
Sure.
I could see that.
You give me CD and Josh Allen, I'm pretty happy to start my draft.
Yeah. How's that worked out for you?
Best team in the history of fantasy football to get eliminated from the playoffs.
All right, guys.
That team was full of league winners. So Nick, so your picks in the back of the first round
you
are
didn't even tell us.
Gibbs and Taylor.
I told you. I think it's Taylor and Harrison.
Taylor and
Gibbs.
Harrison. Wow. Okay.
I'm skeptical on him pulling a hamstring early. That could happen at any point.
Listen, bro. Listen. If
Jonathan Taylor looks healthy.
If you want to pass on Gibbs, all power to you. Because if he falls to me, he's going to be on auto pick. Don't let him fall to me. He won me to a league last year too, and it's this league.
So let me give you some context too, by the way. Puka broke every rookie receiving record there was. Finished as the wide receiver 4. Garrett Wilson or Marvin Harrison's being drafted as the wide receiver 8. So just keep in mind he's being drafted at his ceiling.
I mean,
so if you're scared of Gibbs, I would be scared of Marvin Harrison too. I would take Gibbs and Taylor.
Well, I mean, I'm scared of Marvin Harrison because I personally am scared of Puka, and I don't think I want Devontae as my wide receiver 1.
Yeah, so then I'd go
So
maybe
now I'm going a tier down.
I'd go DJ Moore, Jalen Waddle type of setup in 3-4 turn.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I could go 2 RBs there too. I mean, the people I'm scared of are Gibbs, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyron Williams, and Puka.
If I'm you, I'm clicking Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor, and I'm taking, I don't know, Jalen Waddle, Cooper Kupp, or DJ Moore, Jalen Waddle, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a week left of mock drafts. Let's see if the ADP changes at all again.
A week? You got 3.5 days.
Oh, that's what I meant. 3.5 days. I keep thinking a week for opening day.
You got 3.5 days, Palm.
Hey, bro. I'm a man on the fly.
3.5
Sure
days.
are. A mick in his hand and a sleeper app in his other hand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. But all right, guys. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. We're going to get everyone together. Jimmy's going to be there. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a big screen set up. We're going to do our draft. I think it's going to be our biggest draft party yet. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
So we'll tell you all about it next week. All about it. It'll be a fun time. But we will talk to you next week. I got nothing else to say. Jimmy has nothing else to say. Nick definitely has nothing else to say. So we'll catch you on the next episode and take it easy.